Welcome back to Nashville. We're ready for the Jags and the Titans. Cold day here in the Music City. 35 degrees. It has been snowing off and on since early today. Jack Del Rio has his team playing at a high level, winning 3 of their last 4. He's in his 8th season, and they're coming off a 24-20 loss at the Giants last week, a game in which they led going into the 4th quarter. On the other sideline, Jeff Fisher, 17th season as the head coach in Tennessee, and his squad blanked at Houston 20-0. But you know, under a Jeff Fisher team, no matter what, they will continue to fight. Jacksonville won the toss. They deferred, so Tennessee will receive. 32nd regular season meeting between these two. Titans lead the series 18-13. And we're underway. Mariani fields it in the end zone, and he decides to take a knee. And we'll start Tennessee from the 20-yard line. Gary Collins. Steve, he's a vet. He knows the ins and outs of the game of football. 16 years, and they have brought him in for stability.
Yeah, and it's been a revolving door at quarterback. He was injured. Vince Young obviously injured. Rusty Smith it's a tough spot for him to be in, but Kerry Collins will give them some stability and something they can count on at the quarterback spot.
First down and 10 at the 20. Here's Chris Johnson over the right side, and Johnson will pick up a couple. Picks up 2 on the play. Offensively for the Tennessee Titans, let's take a look.
Well, you look at left tackle Michael Roos. He's 6 years ago as a rookie, started 15 games at right tackle. Ever since, he's been the left tackle. He's a 6'7", 320-pound monster. And in the backs and receivers, Randy Moss. 4 games in New England, 4 games in Minnesota. Today, he could become the first player in NFL history to catch a touchdown for 3 different teams in the same season.
2nd down and 8 at the 22. Collins back to pass. Throws to the sideline, incomplete. Nate Washington had 2 hands on that football, but couldn't hold on. Defensively for Jacksonville, ranked 25th in the NFL, 27th against the pass, 20th against the run.
Well, Terrence Knighton down inside, called pot roast by his teammates. Don't be fooled. He's extremely intelligent. He's made great strides this year. He's the leader of that defensive front. And, of course, Darryl Smith leads the team in tackles, leads the franchise in tackles. And in the backs and receivers, Courtney Green was in and out of the lineup early, but since he was inserted in week 6 against this Tennessee team, it's become his position to lose.
So on 3rd down and 8 at the 22, some movement on the line of scrimmage. Ron Winter, your referee.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 93 in the neutral zone to cause the offense to false start. A 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Yeah, that was Tyson Alualu, and the reason that wasn't on the offense, even though the offensive line jumped, was because Alualu is going to be in the, you see how they caused the offensive line to react. When that happens, it's on the defense, even though there was no contact.
So instead of 3rd and 8, it's 3rd and 3 at the 27. Out of the offset eye, Hall and Chris Johnson in the backfield. Nate Washington crosses. Collins to the sideline. Washington holds on at the 40-yard line and goes down. Derek Cox makes the tackle, but it's a 1st down, gain of 13.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those games, Gus, when the weather gets bad. It was snowing in the pregame. When the weather gets bad, it becomes difficult to get your footing. And when the offense knows where they're going and the defense doesn't, sometimes the defense has to plant too hard to keep their feet. That's going to be something to watch, is the level of this playing field.
Nate Washington averaging 17 yards per catch. Now Chris Johnson trying to slide through the hole. He picks up 2. Kirk Morrison there to bring him down. Offensively for this Tennessee Titans football team, when you look at their numbers, as you see,
I think that's one of the Titans defenders, Jaguar defenders, obviously, on the ground. It's Courtney Green.
So Courtney Green, 2nd year out of Rutgers, down on the field. We'll be back to Nashville right after this. Courtney Green walking off the field on his own, but is in a lot of pain. Looks like it may be a shoulder injury. Collins. And Kerry Collins, under pressure, just dumps it away.
Yeah, if you look back at what happened to Courtney Green on last play, he comes up to tackle Chris Johnson right here. And watch Chris Johnson just kick his left arm, and that jarring. When I've tackled guys like that, I've broken thumbs, broken hands. I've seen guys break their arms just because they catch the running back's leg with such velocity. They're going one way, the runner's going the other. This looks to be a shoulder injury, though. You see there, it looks like they're trying to pop it back into place.
3rd down and 8 at the 42-yard line. Gage in motion. Collins out of the shotgun and some movement on the offensive line.
That's going to be Chris Johnson.
False start. Offense number 28. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Just a little quick to get out of there. You want right here. You can't miss it. I mean, you see there, and you see when he moves, they also had Justin Gage at the top moving in motion. You got 2 guys in motion anyway, so either way, it's a penalty. This is before the. You don't even get a chance to compete when you hit pre-snap penalties. You don't even get a chance to run a play, and that kills you as an offense.
3rd down, 13 at the 37. Kerry Collins in the gun. Randy Moss at the bottom of your screen. Collins to Chris Johnson, trying to break the tackle, and he dives forward, gets to the 46-yard line where Darrell Smith brings him down, a 7-yard gain. Not enough, though, for a 1st down, so Tennessee will punt it away.
Yeah, and if you're going to be successful against this Tennessee team and against that guy right there, the first guy there has got to make the tackle. If Chris Johnson starts breaking tackles, you're done.
So Brett Kern comes in. He stands at the 31. Mike Thomas has only fair caught 4 of 26 punts to him this season. And he's back at the 9. End over end kick. And it bounces toward the sideline, is downed at the 22. A 33-yard punt. So coming on the field, Maurice Jones-Drew.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. HP. Hit print brilliantly. And by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Welcome back. Courtney Green is in a lot of pain on the Jacksonville sideline. Tears coming out of his eyes. That shoulder is really hurting him. The toss, Mojo around the corner, down the sideline and out of bounds. Maurice Jones-Drew knocked out of bounds by Cortland Finnegan. So David Garrard, 20 of 35 last week against the Giants. 162 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. And as you always say, the Jaguars go as far as he can lead them.
Absolutely. When he's good, the Jaguars, in my opinion, are one of the toughest teams in the league, toughest outs in the league.
2nd down and 1 at the 32. Maurice Jones-Drew, oh, he lowers his shoulder. Right into Cortland Finnegan. And it's a gain of 5. Time now to go to New York, where James Brown is standing by with some news on Brett Favre.
Hey, Gus and Steven, take a look on this 3rd and 5 as Brett Favre is rolling right, looking downfield, hit hard from behind by Arthur Moats, injured his shoulder. Return is questionable. Tavares Jackson in a QB for the Vikings. Back to double duty, Gus Johnson.
All right, JB, thank you so much. 1st down and 10 at the 38. Maurice Jones-Drew has gone over 1,000 yards and given the ball again. And he gains 3 yards on the play. Offensively for Jacksonville, ranked 18th in the NFL, 29th in passing, 4th in rushing.
Now you look down inside Brad Meester. Nobody in Jaguar history has started more games for them. Started 16 games in 7 of his 10 seasons. He's a rock inside. And for the backs and receivers, Kasim Osgood, he's been to the Pro Bowl 3 of the last 4 years, but that was as a special teamer in San Diego. Today, he's a starting wide receiver with Mike Sims-Walker out with an ankle injury.
2nd and 7 at the 41. Out of the eye. The pitch. Mojo Cuts it inside, galloping, and he gets to the 46-yard line. Stephen Tulloch wraps him up, a 5-yard pickup. Titans defensively ranked 24th overall, 25th against the pass, 17th against the run.
Well, we talked about in the open, Jason Babin. He was a journeyman through Houston, Seattle, Kansas City, and Philly, but he's been the difference maker here in Tennessee with 9 sacks. Witherspoon on the outside. Will Witherspoon's hit David Garrard, gave him a concussion the first time these two teams met. He'll be looking to do that again. And of course, in the back end, don't be fooled by Cortland Finnegan's chippiness. The guy can play.
3rd down and 2. Here's Jennings, picks up the first down the sideline and out of bounds. Rashad Jennings gains 12 yards on the play, so Jacksonville, no secrets right here. Smash mouth football. They are grounding and pounding it.
Well, they're going to set the edge of the defense right there. Great job out front by Jordan Black, the tackle, getting outside to get the guy on the ground. And then Finnegan trying to come out and get it. Great block right up in his face by Greg Jones. Pushes him down the field, and Finnegan is relegated to chasing the back down.
Opening drive for the Jaguars. 1st down and 10 at the 42. Jennings again. And he hops forward and gets to the Tennessee 37, a 5-yard gain. McGrath, Tulloch combining on the tackle.
Yeah, 2 plays right around the right side of the Jaguar offensive line. They're running right at the left side of the defense of the Titans, and there's not been any frills or fluff with this offense. Hand it off and pound it right at the Tennessee defense.
7th play, 2nd down and 5 at the 37. Play fake, Garrard dumps it off, and this is Mercedes Lewis with the reception. And what a year, Steve, this man has had at the tight end position. He is now starting to become one of the elite tight ends in this league. 39 catches, 481, averaging 13 yards a catch with 8 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, you look at those numbers for where he was throughout his career and then what happened this year. He's just really exploded. It really has become a force. Great play selection right there. Tennessee came with a lot of pressure, and they dumped it off on a screen pass to the big tight end.
1st down and 10 at the 31. Jones and Jones-Drew in the backfield. Here's Mojo straight ahead. Power running for Maurice Jones-Drew as he gets to the 20, gains a hard 11 as Chris Hope hopped on him and took a ride.
Boy, he does. I mean, watch what happens as he comes up through the line. Just get out of my way. And that's so difficult. You talk to defenders, they can't get over the fact you just can't get underneath Jones-Drew to get any leverage. If you get low enough to get up under him, you don't have any strength to get it back up. The guy's so low and so strong.
Opening drive of the game for Jacksonville. Maurice Jones-Drew with it again. And Maurice Jones-Drew gets to the 15. A 5-yard gain. So for Mojo, 6 carries, 40 yards on their opening drive as Dave Ball brought him down.
You know, we spoke to Maurice Jones-Drew just yesterday, and he asked him, at this point of the season, usually, these guys come in, they're nicked up. They got a sore shoulder, they got a sore thing. We asked him how he's feeling. He says, man, I feel great. The bye week came perfectly for us. He did struggle with injury early in the season, but not now. He's fresh.
2nd down and 5 at the Tennessee 15. The pitch. Drew around the corner and dives and gets to the 11-yard line. Cortland Finnegan tripping him up. And that is a 3-yard gain.
It's so tough. You see these great backs. They come out and you think you're going to 100 miles an hour. Watch him. He just kind of lets up. Wait. Jones makes the block, and then Maurice Jones-Drew ducks his shoulder and follows him. Just a real, true pro runner right there.
Last year in Tennessee on November 1st, Maurice Jones-Drew 8 carries, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a run of 80 yards and a run of 79 yards. Chris Johnson was pretty good in that game as well. Jennings, and this time he goes nowhere. Stephen Tulloch plugged up the hole, and Jacksonville will be short of the 1st down.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting time on the road. When you haven't won a road game in maybe 2 years, do you try and go for it? road game after Thanksgiving, and yeah, they are. They're sending the big guys. I think you do. The way you've been running the football, the physical presence you have, pick your play, give it to your guy. And I think it's interesting, Maurice Jones-Drew's not in the game. Jennings is.
Jacksonville going for it off 4th down. Jack Del Rio shaking the dice. 12th play of the drive that started at the 23. Out of the offset eye. Jennings, the deep man. They give it to him. Flag on the play. He gets in the end zone. Touchdown. But let's see.
As against Titans. The Titans lined up in the neutral zone. This touchdown's going to stand.
Offside. Defense. Nose tackle in the neutral zone at the snap. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
An 11-yard run for Rashad Jennings.
Right there. You can't be on that side of the line, and he is. His head's breaking that plane of the football. They called it immediately. They have to wait for the play to be snapped.
Second rushing touchdown of the year for Jennings. Josh Scobie in to attempt the extra point is good. So Jacksonville, the Jaguars march right down the field. 12 plays, 77 yards to take a 7-0 lead on the road in Tennessee. Tonight on The Amazing Race, 4 teams remain, 2 episodes to go. One amazing adventure in Korea. Tonight, after 60 minutes, only CBS. 5:51 to play. First quarter, Jaguars with a 7-0 lead, and Jacksonville establishing the run on their opening drive. Jennings capping it off with an 11-yard touchdown, and the key player, Maurice Jones-Drew, 7 carries, 44 yards. 11 rushes on that drive, only 1 pass. They ate up 6:35. Scobie kicks it off. Mariani comes up the field inside the 10. And Mariani crosses the 25 up to the 28-yard line, a 19-yard return. Will the real Randy Moss please stand up?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sprint, the Now Network. And by Kay Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with K.
Jacksonville against Tennessee. Titans with the football now with a deficit, trailing 7-zip at the 28. Chris Johnson. And Johnson crosses the 30. Flag on the play. Kirk Morrison tripping him up, a gain of 2.
Holding. Offense number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's a right tackle, David Stewart.
Yeah, and this is Tennessee's getting off to a very slow start. The penalty on the touchdown run. They had a couple of offsides penalties. Now the holding penalty. And distractions show themselves in a number of different ways, and Tennessee is really battling those distractions even in this game.
First down and 20 at the 18. Collins draw play. Chris Johnson, nothing. And the fans not happy with the play call. And speaking of distractions, the quarterback story has been a major one for this team. Vince Young left 3 games due to injury and is out for the season with a thumb. Kerry Collins has missed the last 2 weeks with a calf. Rusty Smith made his first NFL start last week, but was picked off 3 times. Titans are shut out.
Yeah, when you start moving guys in and out of the lineups, you're going to have some problems. You see there Vince Young, Collins and Smith, 14 and 14. Vince Young won 30 games for this franchise.
Collins with time underneath and caught. What a strike. Craig Stevens, the backup tight end, looked like Frank Wycheck on that play. He gained 19.
As you said, he's coming right down the middle. You'll see he comes out, takes the inside release on Durant, and then just stick it and turn, stick his foot in the ground, break it off. Collins knows where he's going when he sees him put his foot in the ground, puts that ball right on the money. Collins will give you. Kerry Collins isn't a guy at quarterback that can carry an offense on his back, but he will give you the throw. And he'll put it in the right spot, and he'll get you in the right protections.
3rd down and 1 at the 37. Johnson needs a yard, looking. And I don't know. I don't think he got it. No gain on the play. Kirk Morrison. First contact. And the Titans will punt it again.
Yeah, and this is when you just know the Titans are in a situation where every team just doesn't believe you're not going to do anything except give it to Chris Johnson. They're coming after him. They're watching him. They don't care about anything else. And that's why you can't pick up a 3rd and 1, because everybody knows who's getting the football and they can stop it.
And being around the Titans this week, you get the feeling that they may try something interesting on special teams. Turn. And this one caught in the wind. And will be downed at the 23. A 39-yard punt. Under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Jacksonville with the lead and the ball. It's tough. Listen to every game live online with NFL.com Audio Pass. For special offers, go to NFL.com/Audio Pass or search NFL Audio Pass. First down for Jacksonville. Here's the pitch. Mojo around the horn again, down the sideline. And he's out of bounds at the 27. Cortland Finnegan knocking him out of bounds. A 5-yard gain. They're running right at Cortland Finnegan today.
Well, they're running right around
in his area.
Yeah, they're running right around the right side. Gerald McGrath is having a hard time setting the edge of that defense as a linebacker coming out. And, you know, last week, Tennessee was very thin on the defensive line. 3 starters were out of the game at one point. They were thin, but they're back in there today.
2nd down and 5 to the 28. Maurice Jones-Drew again. And he gets to the 32. Buffalo and Minnesota. Bills are getting better. Here's JB in New York.
That they are, Gus. And Drayton Florence having himself a strong quarter. He had 1 pick on the season coming in. He's got 2 today. 1 off of Brett Favre. This one off of Tavares Jackson. Returns it 40 yards to pay dirt. 7-0 Buffalo. Favre is in the locker room. Questionable return. The status of Brett Favre. Back to Gus Johnson.
All right, JB, 3rd down and 1 for Jacksonville. At the 32. David Garrard in the shotgun. They play action fake. Garrard looking for the first down and has it on the keeper. As he crosses the 35. Gains 5. Michael Griffin with the tackle. And this drive, their second drive, very similar to their first.
Well, that first one was 11 runs, 1 small screen pass. Maurice Jones-Drew and Rashad Jennings. I mean, the Tennessee defense was doing their best imitation of a tent stake. They got pounded into the ground.
14 rushes, 1 pass for Jacksonville. First down and 10 at the 37. Play fake. Garrard dumps it off. This ball caught by Zach Miller, the tight end. And talking about a team with 2 very good tight ends. Yes, Mercedes Lewis is having a Pro Bowl type season, but Zach Miller is no slouch either.
Well, they've got good size at the tight end position. You'll see him coming from the other wing back, getting across the formation. It's tough right there, as you see, trying to catch up with him across the formation. It's tough getting through all that traffic. Great job by Garrard.
Miller averaging 11 yards a catch. Maurice Jones-Drew. And he may have gotten a half yard on the play. As Will Weatherspoon brought him down.
Yeah, and this is exactly where you want to be if you're Jacksonville. 3rd and very short. And he saw last time they let David Garrard keep it around one end and just get the first down. Jacksonville has fewer 3-and-out drives than any team in the National Football League by a long shot. They're very consistent.
So David Garrard is going to allow time to run out as we come to the end of the first quarter with the score, Jacksonville 7, Tennessee nothing. Welcome back to Nashville. Steve, if you look twice, you think you're in Buffalo today.
Yeah, ground's not covered, though, so it can't be Buffalo. Yeah, it's 30 inches of snow there.
It's cold.
It's cold enough here, though. It rained snowed during the pregame and let up for a while. Now it's coming down again. And it's a factor. There's no question about it.
Perfect day to run the football. And that's what the Jags are doing. 54 yards to Maurice Jones-Drew. 3rd down and 1 at the 46. Quarterback sneak. 1st down, Jacksonville. As David Garrard uses that 236-pound frame to pick up 3 yards. Now, speaking of cold weather games, the Jags last 5 road games in December.
Yeah, and there you go. I mean, they just don't travel well in bad weather. And I mean, it's bad. I mean, they turn it over, they don't score, they give up points.
1st down at the 49. Garrard, short drop, underneath, incomplete. Dropped by Mike Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd and long.
Yeah, it didn't look like David Garrard got the snap all that cleanly. And this is a pass you got to make. I mean, it's that easy. And you think in warm weather you'd catch it, but there's nothing wrong with the gloves. The gloves are the same. The ball is the same. You can say something about the footing or whatever, but you just got to be on it. And that was a lapse.
2nd down and 10 at the 49. Maurice Jones-Drew. And Maurice Jones-Drew goes down at the 46-yard line. Chris Hope, the safety. But it's a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, that's how good it's been in Jacksonville. You get a 2nd and 10. Not too many teams will choose to run the football. But when Maurice Jones-Drew's been playing the way he has the last month, you have no fear about getting it, snapping off a 5-yard or 4-yard run and giving yourself a chance on 3rd down. Excellent play selection by Jacksonville. You can be conservative in weather like this and when you've got a lead.
3rd down and 6. David Garrard in the shotgun. Garrard steps up in the pocket, dumps it off, incomplete. So the Jaguars will be forced to punt it away.
You look here, watch Mercedes Lewis. He's going to cross the field, but because Garrard got flushed the other direction, he couldn't see him. Garrard has pressure coming in his face. He backs off to his left. Mercedes Lewis is to his right, wide open.
Adam Podlish ready to punt it away. Mark Mariani back deep. Podlish drives it. Mariani allows it to go over his head. Oh, and it takes a deadening bounce and will be down.
No, they got
in the end zone. Wow. There for the taking for the Jacksonville special teams. 46-yard punt, a net of 26. They just couldn't down it.
That's a huge mistake. Huge special teams gap by the Jaguars. Right there, he's on the line with the ball here. Brackenridge had it in his hands and dropped it. They end up giving up 19 or 20 yards of field position. And you think about the way the Jacksonville defense has been playing, that's huge.
1st down and 10 for the Titans at their own 20. Play action, Collins going down the field. Picked off! What a play by Derek Cox as he made up ground when the ball was in the air. Nate Washington, the intended receiver. But Derek Cox comes up with the pick.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new 2011 Ford F-150. Built Ford tough. Best Buy. Get the best tech gifts this holiday from Best Buy. And by Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the NFL.
Welcome back, Kerry Collins. throwing the interception, his 4th of the season. Jacksonville with the football, the toss to Maurice Jones-Drew. And he runs out of bounds. Chased by McGrath. Let's take another look at the interception.
Well, Kerry Collins is going to drop back. You'll see when he tries to step into this, he's got a guy right at his feet, so he can't really step into it. His right tackle, Dave Stewart, is underneath him, and that's why this ball comes up about 5 yards short. I mean, Nate Washington couldn't even plant fast enough to get back to get it. Cox is in the right spot. If he throws that ball out in front, it's a touchdown, but he couldn't get enough on it because there was a guy at his feet.
2nd down and 9 at the 44. The reverse. Zach Miller with a lane. And he crosses into Tennessee territory. Gains 8 yards on the play. Chris Hope with the tackle. Zach Miller, 6'4", 245. He's got some speed, Steve, to be such a big man. They're running reverses with him. That's telling you how valued he is on this team.
Yeah, plus he's not a guy, you know, a wide receiver, so it's not like they're expecting the ball to be given to him on a handoff. You know, 245 pounds getting out around the corner. That says a lot about your abilities.
3rd down and 1 at the 48. Garrard will throw. Finds his fullback, Greg Jones, who picks up a 1st down and some. That's some power running by big Greg Jones. And as he gains 12 yards, Chris Hope stops him.
Yeah, he's staring him down, too. He sends a message at the end of this play. Watch. He looks like he's going to go out of bounds, but no, right through Cortland Finnegan, right through Chris Hope as well. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars are really attempting to knock the spirit out of the Tennessee Titans.
1st down at the 37. There's Maurice Jones-Drew. And he gets to the 32, gains 5. Maurice Jones-Drew, 13 carries, 65 yards already. Got a sports fan on your gift list? CBSSports.com shop has officially licensed NFL gear and get 3-day shipping on every order. Go to shop.cbssports.com.
Jacksonville is completely dominated. That first quarter, 11:15 of possession time, only 5:25 for Tennessee.
And the time of possession now, 13:20 to 5:35. 2nd and 5 and 32. And Mojo spinning down inside the 30. A 3-yard gain. And we expected a battle between both running backs, because this is what it's been like between these two runners.
Yeah, you think about it. Look, only 200-yard rushing games out of 5, but he's got almost 600 yards of rushing. Does Chris Johnson, of course. Maurice Jones-Drew, 5 touchdowns. They both had long runs. Both those runs at the bottom, those 50-plus yards of rushing, they both happened in the same game for both guys.
3rd down and 2 at the 29. They give it to Jennings this time. And Jennings is stopped by Tulloch, but he gets a 1st down on the play. A 3-yard gain on 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and right now, Tennessee, the defensive front 7 of the Titans is walking back, and they're kind of looking at each other and saying, what do we got to do to stop these guys? And the offensive line for the Jaguars, I mean, they're giggling. They're having such fun. I mean, this is exactly the kind of physical game Jacksonville wants, and Tennessee has got to come up with an answer, or this game will be over in about an hour.
1st down to the 26. Jennings again. And Jennings picks up 5. So they are really just dominating running the football.
Yeah, and it's just not with Jones-Drew. Rashad Jennings, Greg Jones, they're all doing it. Even David Garrard has rushed for a 1st down on a little misdirection. And I think it's really smart not to, let Maurice Jones-Drew go over and put a jacket on for a while. You're going to need him in this stretch run with 4 games after today. Keep him fresh.
Jaguars averaging 5.2 yards per carry. A reverse again. Zach Miller. And Miller around the corner and out of bounds, but a flag on the play.
Wow. Zach Miller outrunning the pursuit from the inside. I mean, what speed this guy's got from the tight end spot.
Offense number 78. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
And that's Jordan Black, the right tackle on the penalty. But, man, Jacksonville handing the football off to everybody in the backfield, getting yardage every time. Right out here. And you see he's got McGrath. Yeah, and you got to do it. You got to call that. It was an easy call out in space. You get away with that when there's guys standing around you, but when you're out in space, when everybody can see you, you're not going to get away with it.
Jacksonville has run the ball 23 times for 119 yards, 5.2 per carry. Second and 13. Here's a screen. Jennings, they catch him from behind. And he's stopped by Gerald McGrath. 5-yard gain. Jason Jones in on the play as well.
Yeah, Jason Jones did a really nice job on that. A defensive tackle comes up inside. He comes up, he sees it, and he stops his rush and runs and chases the ball down after Garrard lets it go. Great job by Jason Jones up inside.
Third down and 8 at the 25. Maurice Jones-Drew back in the game. Tennessee looking for a stop. Garrard over the middle. Mercedes Lewis. And he has a first down at the 14. A gain of 9 yards on third down and 8. Gerald McGrath again with the tackle for Tennessee.
Well, Mercedes Lewis is going to come right across the formation after chipping on the defensive end. And Tulloch just can't get him down. Right here, the great plant by Mercedes Lewis sends the linebacker Tulloch right past and gives him a chance to lean for the first down. Great job by Lewis on that. Chipping first, then making the conversion on the first down.
10 first downs for Jacksonville. First down at the Tennessee 15. Maurice Jones-Drew. And he gets to the 9. Another 5-yard gain.
This is really ugly, really early in this game for Tennessee's defense. They cannot stop the momentum that Jacksonville has got on the ground. You always hear about run and stop the run. This is a perfect illustration of running it and not stopping the run.
Maurice Jones-Drew with 73 yards rushing in the first half. 12th play of the drive. Here he is again, hopping through the hole. And goes down at the 4. That time a 6-yard gain as Chris Hope tripped him up, but it's a first down for the Jaguars.
Well, you can feel it. The cold weather, the fans are sitting in these stands. This is like a church. They can't believe what's going on. Tennessee has always been a very feisty, very aggressive defense. And right now, it's as though they just decided not to show up today. They are getting pushed around and getting bullied by Jacksonville.
First down and goal at the 4. Jones and Jones-Drew in the backfield. Garrard on the bootleg. Touchdown Jaguars.
Well, missed tackle by Chris Hope allowed Garrard to get in on the bootleg. And I'll tell you, Garrard coming out on a bootleg, he's a big guy, 240 pounds. And you see the Titan defense is completely fooled. Only Chris Hope has a chance. The slight hesitation, he just shrugs that tackle off. That was an ugly drive for Tennessee's defense.
So with 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Jacksonville takes a 14-0 lead, 13 plays, 57 yards. They ate up 7:33, and the big fullback quarterback scores on a 4-yard keeper. Fourth rushing touchdown of the season for quarterback David Garrard. As you take a look at the scoring drive, Jacksonville up 14-0, and they have revenge on their minds.
Yeah, they were embarrassed by this Tennessee team at home, 30-3 on Monday night. They wanted a piece of them, no question, coming in here today.
Scobie sending it away. Mark Mariani fields it. And Mariani crossing the 25 up to the 27. An 18-yard return. Zach Miller with the tackle, but David Garrard showing he's still got good legs.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Reese's, the perfect combination of chocolate and peanut butter. And by Philips Norelco SensoTouch 3D Shaver.
Tennessee Titans, no touchdowns in their last 120 offensive plays, the longest active streak in the NFL that covers 10 quarters. First down at the 28-yard line. Kerry Collins, 3 of 6, 40 yards and an interception. Chris Johnson. And Chris Johnson crosses the 30, gets up to the 34. Gain of 6. Now the Titans have gone more than 2 full games without an offensive touchdown. Their last offensive score came in Week 10 as Nate Washington caught a 14-yard touchdown pass from Vince Young in the 3rd quarter. We haven't brought up Vince Young's name, and he is obviously closely tied to Jeff Fisher. And Steve, so much going on between these two gentlemen.
Well, it's been an ongoing battle. Vince Young has won a lot of games for the team, but every time something bad happens, it seems like there's a lot of drama surrounding him.
2nd down and 4. Kerry Collins looking to the sideline. Nice throw. Is it caught? Yes, it is. Nate Washington. And it's a first down, a 21-yard gain.
Wow, and that was a nice throw. We talked about Kerry Collins not being able to deliver the ball on the post. It takes a strong NFL arm to throw the deep out on the comeback into double coverage. Kerry Collins got it done. You play 16 years as a quarterback, Gus. First of all, because you've got something. He's got a great arm. He's got always had a very strong arm, and now with 16 years of experience, savvy too.
First down, the handoff to Chris Johnson, and he is bottled up. Jaguars well prepared for Johnson. Jeremy Mincey. This time a loss of 1. Cincinnati and New Orleans. Here's James Brown in New York.
Hey, Gus, it was running back Chris Ivory. Take a look here as he breaks out of the pack. And when he breaks out of the pack, afterburners on 55 yards to pay dirt. Longest carry of the season by the Saints. Capping a 3-play, 68-yard drive, 10-6. Saints back to Gus and Steve.
All right, the Super Bowl champions really starting to turn it on quietly in the NFC. Kerry Collins steps up in the pocket, and he slides down at the 41-yard line. A 4-yard gain. Kirk Morrison chasing him.
And you got to hold your breath when Kerry Collins, the 16 years in the league gives you some savvy, but it also makes you pretty fragile. I mean, let's face it, it's the only place where you can be about 38 years old and be really old. I mean, he pulled his muscle in his calf. It kept him out for a few weeks just by throwing the football. So you know you don't want him to sustain any contact.
3rd down and 7 at the 42. Titans have not gone at Randy Moss yet. They haven't even thrown him a pass. He's lined up at the top of your screen. Collins pumps, delivers, and it's incomplete. He had an open receiver, but Collins just couldn't put it on. Damian Williams, the rookie out of USC, 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, now they're gonna go for it on 4th and 8 here on the Jacksonville side of the 50. And I don't have a problem with this. You're in the middle of a bad streak of losing games. You're still within 1 or 2 games of the top spot in the division. You need to get something going. Why not?
Moss trotting over to the sideline.
One reason, and I don't have a problem with that. Randy Moss, if you go out there and you run on a drive, Randy Moss just ran a go route 55 yards all the way to the back of the end zone. He's gassed.
Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report.
Yeah, we were talking during the break. I agree with you, Gus. Jeff Fisher has got to find a way to get Randy Moss involved in the offense. Now he's back in the game after that timeout. It gave him a chance to catch his breath. Now he'll be back in. You can see there having a conversation with Kerry Collins as he calls the play. I mean, you got to get him involved, double teamed or not.
4th down and 7 at the 42. They need to go to the 35 for a first down. Javon Ringer in the backfield with Collins. And Collins setting up. He's got Moss in the corner. Oh, he was open. Gary Collins just couldn't put it on him.
That's another underthrown ball by Kerry Collins. You'll see Randy Moss is going to come out. He's going to break out to the left of your screen deep, and he's open. That's as open as you get, and you see there the ball is just underthrown. He can't pull it in. You got to put that ball way out towards the flag, and Collins just couldn't get it there. And that had touchdown written all over it. They send extra people, 6-man rush. Plus, there's a couple of guys green dogging. They couldn't get there.
So the Titans turn it over on downs. First down, Jacksonville at the 42, Rashad Jennings. With 2:35 and counting remaining in the first half. So Randy Moss, it's been a season of change for him. 3 games with the Titans. At Miami, 1 catch for 26 yards. Versus Washington, no catches. At Houston, 3 catches for 23 yards. And he's played with 3 teams this year. Patriots, Vikings, and now the Tennessee Titans. And we are at the 2-minute warning with the score. Jacksonville 14. Tennessee, nothing. 2 former USC Trojans, Jeff Fisher and Jack Del Rio, both have a lot of respect and admiration for each other. Right now, Coach Del Rio's Jacksonville Jaguars are pounding Tennessee. 2nd and 6. And here's Garrard, takes off, picks up the first down. David Garrard, during this season in which the Jaguars have improved, winning 3 of their last 4, he decided to run the football a lot more, and I think it was his better half that finally put the bug in his ear.
Yeah, his wife cornered Dirk Cutter, the offensive coordinator, and David said, okay, here's your chance. And she said, you can't change my baby. Let him run.
Here's a flag as Jennings goes straight ahead. Yeah, they were at a dinner party, and David's wife just went right up to...
Well, David said, this is your chance.
Defense number 97 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
David even calls himself the poor man's Michael Vick.
He looked good on that touchdown run and on that scramble right there. And I think that's one of the things that makes him so good and so consistent. He picks his spots, I think, better than any quarterback in the league about when to run. And he's so big. He's built like a fullback. He's tough to tackle, and he saw him slide there, too, at the end of that run, which I thought was another smart play by on his part.
First down and 5 at the 41. Garrard sprints out, throws on the run. Oh, Mercedes Lewis got crunched. Great looking hit by Michael Griffin, the safety.
Yeah, it's a great play. Griffin closing the gap. You see Lewis just running the little quick flat route. Great job by Griffin. Comes in, hits him low on the shoulder, and then gets his off arm in on the ball and knock it away. Well done.
Griffin in his 4th year out of Texas, 2nd and 5 at the 41. Zach Miller lines up as a wide receiver at the top of your screen. Garrard in the shotgun. Tennessee showing blitz. They find Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas down the sideline. First down, Jacksonville, as Stephen Tulloch grabs him from behind. But on 2nd and 5, the Jags gain 12.
Watch Zach Miller. He's going to come in and make this with Cortland Finnegan. He gets him right in the front. Finnegan turns towards him, so you know it wasn't a block in the back. Zach Miller has been an absolute weapon today. He's carried the football. He's run it. He's even made a special teams tackle for the Jaguars as well. This guy is really having a sensational first half.
First down at the Tennessee 29 for Jacksonville. 1:12 remaining in the first half. Play action. Garrard in trouble. Dances. Fires. Caught. Out of bounds. Mike Thomas. And he picks up 11.
You know, it's so strange. Really didn't know who Mike Thomas was before a couple weeks ago when his antenna were up and he caught the Hail Mary. Now, with kick returns and this play, plays like this one, he has become a very dependable receiver for Jacksonville. Here's a guy, he's 5'8", at almost 200 pounds. He's like Maurice Jones-Drew as a wide receiver.
First down at the 17. Now Garrard looking backside. Oh! Incomplete, but Jason Hill.
Goodness gracious, what a catch. And I'll tell you, that's too bad. I don't really care who wins this game, but you love to see guys make this play. Great post and go, pulls it in one-handed. Oh, he just, that last right foot doesn't quite get down. Does he have control here? Because there his right foot's down. He pulls it in. No, that last foot's got to get down.
Second down and 10 at the 17. Garrard looking backside. Mike Thomas. And he has the ball at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard on the play. And David Garrard, big smile on his face.
Yeah, he took a shot, though. Tennessee runs a big stunt to the outside. Two defensive linemen running free. They send him sprawling, but he gets up smiling.
47 seconds remaining in the first half. Jacksonville faced with a 3rd and 9. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. 3rd down and 9 at the 16 for Jacksonville. David Garrard underneath, caught. Zach Miller.
I don't think so.
He's close. Looks like he has an 8-yard pickup on 3rd and 9 as Michael Griffin kept him from picking up the first down. And Jack Del Rio doesn't budge. He's going to go for it. Jacksonville with 2 timeouts left. 25 seconds and counting. 4th down and 1.
He may be letting this run down just to take a field goal here on 4th down. Just go down to 3 or 4 seconds. The play clock and the game clock are the same. He's just going to take, you see there, he's going to wait, take the field goal and go in at halftime with the lead.
It's going to be on for the field goal.
So now Josh Scobie comes in to attempt the field goal.
And this is that last play on Garrard. This is Jacob Ford along with Jason Jones. All those guys getting in around him. He's taking shots on 2 of the last 2 plays, and they're pretty good shots too. Tennessee's getting close the entire first half. They just haven't been able to get there.
Josh Scobie, very good year, 17 of 19 on the year. He comes in to attempt a 26-yard field goal. Adam Bodlish is older. And it's good. And that's the end of the first half. The running game, the key for Jacksonville in the first half. 146 yards. And they ate up 21 minutes and 26 seconds on top 17-0. Welcome back to Nashville, where the Jaguars lead the Titans 17-0 at halftime. All right, everybody, welcome back. Gus Johnson along with Steve Tasker, partner. I tell you what, total domination by the Jags in the first half.
Yeah, you really rarely see that in a division game, but I think it's a testament to what Tennessee's been going through for the last month on and off the field and the way that Jacksonville has come on. Maurice Jones-Drew was a force in this first half. I mean, they kept handing him the football. Rashad Jennings got into the act.
David Garrard as well.
David Garrard. I mean, they ran the football right down the throat of the Tennessee defense, and that was the big difference. And if they can continue to do this, they will win the AFC South. There's no question about it in my mind.
All right, well, Jacksonville doing a fine job in the first half, and that brings us to the droid play presented by Motorola.
Well, great blocking up front by Brad Reister and Manawai, the guard. Rashad Jennings getting in early to give Jacksonville a 7-0 lead on their first drive of the football game.
So we're ready to start the second half, and the Jaguars, who deferred in the first half, will get it again. Jeff Fisher trying to figure out the right buttons to push for this struggling football team that has lost 4 straight after starting the season 5-2. The wheels have started to come off for Tennessee.
And it started when they started getting quarterback injuries. Vince Young going down and being out for the season. Then Kerry Collins going down, and then Rusty Smith having to come in and take a start. Now they're back to Kerry Collins. When you're having problems, that's always the first place to start, and I think in Tennessee's case, it's a good place to look.
They send it away. Deji Kareem returning it. And Kareem up the sideline, flags all over the field as he fumbles it out of bounds. 30-yard return, but let's see what the professor, Ron Winter, has to say. Ron Winter, a college professor.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, number 90, during the return. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 33 of the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Backing up the Jaguars.
You'll see here. Right there's the hold. He's going to get his hand. See how his hand is outside the shoulder pad, and he pulls that arm down. That's right on the edge of the action. It's easy for the official to see. You see there. Well, that was
Greg Jones.
Mariani trying to get his arm out, and he just couldn't do it.
First down at the 16. Maurice Jones-Drew. And he'll gain a couple. Let's take a look at the halftime stats, Steve. And it's pretty one-sided.
Yeah, if this was a teeter-totter, they'd stop the game. I mean, this is domination by Jacksonville. They came in, and we mentioned it. The emotion they brought to this game was a carryover from the 30-3 thumping they took at the hands of the Titans last time in Week 6 these teams played, and they have really come in with a vengeance today.
Second down at 7 at the 19-yard line. Gerard throws. Miller. Wow, hurdles a man. Miller down the sideline. This man has some speed, Steve Tasker.
Yeah, he does. Also some niftiness. Cortland Finnegan came in to try and tackle him right as he caught it, and he went low. And Miller just steps over him. Finnegan just makes a bad decision coming in to try and make this tackle. Watch. Just, boop. That's 6'4", 245 pounds, making it look like he's a slot. And then there's also a face mask at the end that doesn't get called. But Zach Miller turning it up the sideline, the speed that he's shown today has been sensational. Really surprising.
First down and 10 at the 37. Maurice Jones-Drew. And he gains 3 yards on the play, getting to the 40.
Is there any doubt that Maurice Jones-Drew is going to get a bunch of carries in this half? The way they dominate. I mean, you rarely see a team run the ball as effectively as Jacksonville ran it in that first half.
18 carries, 85 yards for Maurice Jones-Drew.
We told you in the first half, he feels physically really fresh, which is surprising at this point in an NFL season. You'd think a back, particularly one that carries a load like he does, would feel that way, but he says he feels great.
Second and 7. Gerard, Mike Thomas down the sideline. Nice play as Mike Thomas goes out of bounds at the 46.
Yeah, once again,
Alteron Werner pushes him out of bounds, but he gained 6, and Michael Griffin couldn't stop Mike Thomas. He had him.
Yeah, you said just a missed tackle right there, just the hesitation. Griffin lunges for him, and Thomas just steps away from it and gets the extra yardage, brings up a third and very short.
They need a yard. 2 tight ends in the game for Jacksonville. Quarterback sneak. Gerard, they push him back. He won't get it.
He's going to be close, but you're right, Gus. I don't think he got it.
Judging from where the Officials want to spot the ball now. He did not pick up the first down. So Jack Del Rio has a decision to make.
David Garrard is an excellent quarterback at running the sneak. A lot of guys can't do it. Watch, he kind of takes it off to the edge of the defense and just doesn't get there quick enough. Griffin comes in, stops him at the point of attack, and he gets some help also from Witherspoon right there.
They'll take a measurement.
Excellent job by Tennessee there.
Wow. A couple of chain links.
And Jack Del Rio is leaving David Garrard on the field. I think this is a little roll of the dice. As poor as Tennessee's offense executed in the first half, and as good as your offense did with a 17-point lead, I don't know that you even give them life. I would go, you could win either way here. I know Jack Del Rio has to have confidence that they're going to get this first down, but if they don't, you're really opening the door for Tennessee to get back in this ball game. I'd punt it away.
4th down and inches. Let's see if the Jags try to draw him offside. Jones and Maurice Jones-Drew in the backfield with Garrard. Quarterback sneak, and this time he has it.
Yeah. He is so good at that, Gus. Some quarterbacks in the NFL just can't do it. They're not good enough. They don't have the confidence or the size or the feel to run a quarterback sneak. I know it looks like an easy play, but it's not. You got to make sure of the snap, secure the football, and get through there. Garrard does it better than anybody, which gives Jack Del Rio that confidence, but well done here.
And David Garrard, very powerfully built from the waist down. As we talk to him all the time, we say, hey, man, you look like a fullback. First down, the pitch. Mojo, nothing. Good defense by the Tennessee Titans. Jacob Ford, first man to him as you take a look at the first half possessions for the Jags.
Yeah, it's only 4 possessions. Boy, they held on to the football a long time. Look at that. 2 9-play drives, a 12-play, and a 13-play drive. Man, Tennessee just couldn't get the football away from them.
2nd and 10 at the 48. Maurice Jones-Drew lines up in the slot at the bottom of your screen. Garrard looks for him. He dives, and a catch for Mojo. Witherspoon there. He picks up 4. Stays in bounds. Clock keeps running.
Yeah, we mentioned in the first half, nobody has fewer 3-and-out drives than the Jacksonville Jaguars by a mile. They are so good at staying on the field offensively. No other team in the league can touch them in that regard.
3rd down and 6, though, at the 48. Jags 6 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. David Garrard in the shotgun. Brings it down, and a sack. They finally get to him. Great job by William Hayes and the D-line of Tennessee. That's a first sack of the day. Gerald McGrath in on the play as well. And Jacksonville forced a punt after a loss of 7.
Well, he wanted to get rid of it, and he couldn't let it go on time, and that was all it took. Tennessee got there, and you said it. He gave the pump fake, and he got Hope up in the air, and that's not a bad play. Just punt it away. You got the 4th down conversion. It's okay.
Adam Potley from the 33. Mark Mariani from the 14. And he goes out of bounds at the 20. A 41-yard punt, a 6-yard return. Montel Owens with the tackle on special teams. Titans trying to get fired up. The defense leading the way. Randy Moss looking to get into the offense. No catches. They've thrown it to him only 1 time. First down. Collins over the middle. Incomplete. That ball thrown behind Justin Gage.
Yeah, he pump faked it into the first hole in the defense and then tried to get into the second. He just made a bad throw low and behind. He's going to run the slant right there. He was going to throw it, but there you see. Durant was right in the throwing lane, and he had to wait for him to clear that, and then the throw was off target. Collins really struggling with his accuracy today.
Second down and 10 to the 19. Collins in trouble, and he'll have to dump it. Kerry Collins with a lot of pressure. Darrell Smith in his face, and that makes it third down and 10.
Yeah, and I think that's a good strategy by Jacksonville. You know, Collins has been out with a pulled calf muscle. Send some people after him and force him to move out of the pocket. You see, Smith comes untouched and can't get there. Collins was really struggling to get outside the tackle box in order to make it legal for him to throw that football away. He just does it. But look for more of that from Jacksonville. I think you got to get Collins to move around.
Third down and 10 to the 19. Randy Moss at the bottom of your screen. Collins over the middle. Oh, great catch, Gage. And a big first down for Tennessee. Rasheed Mathis pushes him out of bounds, but that's a 25-yard gain.
Yeah, it's just a straight-up four-man rush up front. Gave Collins plenty of time. They max protect. 6 guys in. Send one back out, and that leaves Gage running free in the secondary. Collins is a much better quarterback when he's not hurried, so they kept a tight end and all 5 linemen in to protect him.
First down at the 44. Collins incomplete, and the intended receiver, Craig Stevens. What happens with the quarterback? Kerry Collins has been in the league 16 years. He came out of Penn State years ago. He was a quarterback with a huge arm. But as time goes on, does you just naturally lose that kind of arm strength or timing or touch?
It's like the old saying, you know, your mind still knows what it's supposed to do and your body can't get it done. And I think those throws are a sign that he's got to put more effort into the throw than he's used to doing.
And he still does have a tender calf. Second and 10. Collins goes the other way, and it's a catch. Nicely done. As Jared Cook, a second-year tight end from South Carolina, comes up with the reception. Derek Cox brings him down. It's a 16-yard pickup.
And I think the Tennessee Titans went in at halftime and said, listen, they're not letting Chris Johnson do anything. We're going to have to throw the football if we're going to try and run it later. And Kerry Collins has come out and started throwing it.
Chris Johnson only 6 carries, 9 yards. Last week, 7 carries, 5 yards against Houston. And Johnson now with some room. Chris Johnson. And he gets to the 20. Sean Considine stops him. But the Titans with some momentum now.
Well, we just said it, you know, they've thrown the football, done it successfully, and now Chris Johnson finds it a little easier to run up through the line of scrimmage. The Jacksonville Jaguars starting to think about Kerry Collins a little bit, and now Chris Johnson has an opening, and it's that simple.
Now Chris Johnson over 1,000 yards rushing for the 3rd straight season. He's rushed for over 4,200 yards in his 3-year career so far. First down and 10. Johnson again, and he leans forward inside the 15 as Lane brings him down, a 4-yard pickup.
And then, you know, it gets down here to the red zone and things change a little bit. Jacksonville's going to have a different defense inside the 20-yard line. The field becomes wide and short rather than deep, and your deep passes end up being only 15 yards, and that changes things for the defense. There's less room, and they can cover more ground. You really have to be careful if you're going to throw it.
Second down and 6 at the 15. Johnson, the lone setback. They give it to him, and he is ambushed. Great penetration. Russell Allen, the outside linebacker, brings down Johnson, a loss of 4.
They're going to come right in, and they just get pressure from the outside. The whole defense just follows Chris Johnson wherever he goes. The penetration's what did it. The offensive line had no answer for that.
Jeremy Mincy also in on the play.
Yeah, 5-yard loss.
Third down, 10 at the 19. Randy Moss at the bottom of your screen. Rasheed Mathis covering it. Over the middle. Bo Scaife will be having nightmares about that one.
Well, when you're on a losing streak, stuff like this happens. There's no excuse for it. The ball's right in his breadbasket. Collins puts it right on the money. He just tried. You can tell by his posture on the ground. He knows there's his fault. There's nobody else to point the finger at.
So that brings on Rob Baronis, 19 of 20 this season. His only miss, a 35-yarder week 4 against Denver. He's hit 15 straight from 37 yards away, and it's good. 5:58 to go, third quarter. Titans on the board. Bo Scaife.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Sony, this season give the best. Visit sony.com/3D promos for great offers. And by Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Nashville. The Titans finally putting some points on the board. As you take a look at the scoring drive, they did a much better job, Steve, passing the ball on that drive.
And you saw they finally got a little crease for Chris Johnson. That's 21 yards plus two of those rushes, 3 rushes were for losses.
Johnson 9 carries, 30 yards. Rob Baronis will send it away. Deji Kareem back deep. Kareem brings it out of the end zone. And a great return as he gets it to the 31. 31-yard return. Patrick Bailey making the tackle on special team. Here comes Mojo. Maurice Jones-Drew, Chris Johnson, both going over 1,000 yards in this game. First time that's happened since 2007 when Lindale White and Thomas Jones did it with the Titans and the Jets. First down to the 31. Garrard to throw. Mercedes Lewis with an opening down the sideline, and Mercedes pushed out of bounds by Tulloch, but he picks up 20 yards on the play. What a year it's been for this man.
Really has exploded. You see, former first-round draft pick has really made strides this year and elevated his game. I don't think there's any question when a guy plays as well as he has. You see Zach Potter. You want to talk about tight ends. There's Mercedes Lewis, 6'7", 275. Zach Potter, 6'7", 280.
First down and 10 at the 49. Maurice Jones-Drew gets outside. Down the sideline, and he slides down at the Tennessee 37. And it's a 12-yard gain. From TV's #1 comedy to the #1 new comedy, the #1 news magazine, the #1 news show, and the #1 show on TV. Thanks for making CBS America's #1 network. Nashville, Tennessee. AFC South battle between the Jaguars and the Titans. Jacksonville made it clear from early on they were going to run the football, and they've been very successful. Garrard pump fake, flushed out of the pocket. He takes off and tiptoes out of bounds at the 35 for a gain of 1.
I think at this point, Jack Del Rio is probably yelling at David Garrard to go down or get out of bounds. He doesn't want anything to happen at this point with this game going the way it is, to anything to happen to David Garrard. This is a team, Jacksonville, that's got its sights set on the AFC South crown. And the way they've played in the last 4 and 5 weeks, they may win it. There's only been 2 champions of this division since it was since its inception in 2002. Tennessee and Indianapolis. Jacksonville's never won it. They might this year.
Second down and 9 at the 36. Garrard over the middle, incomplete. And that one broken up by Stephen Tulloch. Zach Potter, the intended receiver.
And this ball, I don't think, ever gets into his body. Come out. He just never, he knows the contact's coming, and he tries to flinch a little too quick between McGrath and Tulloch.
Third down 9 at the 36-yard line. And the way things have been going for Jacksonville, they may be in 4-down territory. Jennings in the backfield. Garrard. Pump fake to the sideline. Jennings with the catch. Jennings still running. And out of bounds at the 30, but he's short of the first down. And they're going to bring on the field goal unit. Josh Scobie after the 6-yard gain.
2 missed tackles allowed him to get down into field goal range. Otherwise, they would have been punting it away. Jennings is going to come out to the left of your screen. See, there's one by Finnegan, another one by Werner, and he gets up into field goal range. That was the difference.
Scobie good from 26 yards today. This time he'll attempt one from 49 yards out. And it's blocked. Tennessee comes up with the block. Will Weatherspoon may have gotten a hand on it. Where's 92?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Allstate. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you like Allstate. And by the Droid Pro by Motorola. Finally, a work phone worth taking home.
Welcome back. It looked like Jacob Ford got a hand on the football, and that allows Tennessee to take it over at their own 39, trailing 17-3. The handoff, Chris Johnson gets outside, slashing, dives forward. 11-yard gain. Mathis with the tackle. Let's take another look at the blocked field goal.
Well, he's right here. He's going to come right up through the the tackle end, turns himself sideways, a little swim move, and then gets up in the air, and it's all about timing when you're trying to block those. If you don't extend at the right moment, the ball will go right past you.
Gary Collins to the sideline, Randy Moss, first catch of the day. And Moss goes down at the 36. Mathis with the tackle. Now the fans starting to feel the momentum shift a bit. Here in Tennessee, Randy Moss with his first grab, a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, and the fans have been waiting for it, working against Mathis. Nice little hesitation, just a quick out, but he did a nice job selling him on a deep cut.
First down and 10 at the 36. Collins to the sideline. A lot of good hitting going on the field. And that will bring up second down and 10. Time now for an NFL update. Let's go to James Brown in New York.
Gus and Steve, Green Bay taking an 8-point lead on a set of highlights I would love to hear Gus Johnson narrate. All right, Gus, talk to me on this one here. Donald Driver escaping 1 and 2 with the help. Gus, he gets by a third, and take a look at how he gets into the end zone, bumping in 61 yards. Buffalo Wild Wings, Gus Johnson. Back to Gus and Steve.
All right, big brother. Here's Chris Johnson. And Chris Johnson really starting to find a rhythm in the second half. Keeps running as he gains 7 tough yards. Austin Lane brings him down.
He said 7 tough yards. That is sidestepped and a hit in the hole. Then a shrugged off tackle. Spins out of that one. Puts his hand down. That's a hard way to make 7 yards, but he got it. And Tennessee is back and show some life. Their defense stood stiff, stopped Jacksonville for the field goal attempt and blocked it.
40 yards rushing for Chris Johnson in the third quarter. Third down 3 at the 29. Out of the shotgun, Gary Collins hands it to Johnson. Runs outside, cuts it in, and he will not pick up the first down. It's a 1-yard gain Collins had trouble handling the snap. Justin Durant with the tackle. Now let's see what Jeff Fisher elects to do. He's going to go for it.
Yeah, that play was a little bit mistimed. Leroy Harris is going to come from the far side and come out and pull, and he's a little quick. By the time Johnson gets out there, you can see that Durant is up inside where Johnson wanted to cut it back. You see how fast Harris got out there. The snap was bobbled, and there's just nowhere to run for Chris Johnson.
So 4th down and 2. Collins in the shotgun. Javon Ringer checks in for Chris Johnson. Collins over the middle, incomplete, and a flag. That's a good call. Nate Washington, the intended receiver, and William Middleton may have held him.
Pass interference. Defense number 29. Penalized at the spot of the foul and a 1st down.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I thought it was a good call. Washington was going to make a move on this, and he just couldn't extend because he was pulling Middleton behind him. You see there, Middleton's got his hand around him. Nate Washington felt the contact, and that was the reason the pass was incomplete.
1st down at the Jacksonville 22. Collins fires. Nice throw. Ringer out of the field with the catch as Derek Cox stops him. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 17-3 the score, but the Titans trying to get back in this game. We'll return to Nashville after this message and a word from your local station. Jeff Fisher watching nervously. No offensive touchdowns in the last 12 quarters. The longest drought in the history of this franchise. But Tennessee now with the football in the red zone at the Jacksonville 18, 2nd and 6.
And it's a time, too, when you know Tennessee's offense will be struggling with Mike Heimerdinger in his 1st week of chemotherapy after being diagnosed with a form of cancer. The whole offense has been a little bit disarray. Mike Heimerdinger doing his best to help them along, but that's a big problem to practice and prepare when you're worried about your offensive coordinator's health.
2nd down and 6 at the 18. Collins fires. Moss broken off. Derek Cox as he knocked that one down.
Great job. Watch Mossigan, and we've seen him do this so many times. Hand find, he goes up. Cox does a nice job looking for the football and knocking it away. You got to go up aggressive against a guy like Randy Moss because he does have tremendous ball skills. Cox, outstanding job one-on-one.
3rd down, 6 at the 18. Collins. Incomplete.
He threw that one away. He got pressure right in his face, got actually thrown to the ground.
And Jeff Fisher not budging. He's going to go for it on 4th and 6.
Yeah, you'll see there. There it is right in front of you. Alou throwing him to the ground. And Jeff Fisher knows you got to go for it. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in the 4th quarter when you're down by 2 touchdowns.
Titans need to go to the 12 on 4th and 6. Collins pump fake. Underneath. Caught. 1st down. Jared Cook. A great extra effort after the catch. 7-yard gain. And the chains keep them moving for Tennessee.
And that is one thing Kerry Collins can give you. What poise he has in the pocket. He's been beaten up and battered, made some tough throws, some bad throws, but he never gets flustered. There's nothing you can show him he has not seen. Finally, he waits, and Cook comes open finally, and he hits him.
1st down and 10 at the Jacksonville 11. Chris Johnson, the lone setback. Here's Johnson running right. Cuts it inside. Flag on the play. Austin Lane took his legs out.
Holding. Offense number 73. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's a right guard, Jake Scott. Seventh-year man out of Idaho.
Yeah, he came over from Indianapolis. And you see right there, right here, is the hold. Right at the point of attack.
That brings up the 10th play of the drive that started at the Tennessee 39, first and 20 at the 21. Johnson running right. And Chris Johnson goes down hard. Darrell Smith driving him to the turf. 4-yard gain.
And you think, you know, you've got to get to a point where Kerry Collins is going to have to make a play again to get this first down. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown, but the difference is only 1 yard. And with that holding penalty, that backs them up and gives them actually a little extra room. So you'd think they'd have more room to find some space back there for Collins to throw it in there.
2nd and 16 at the 18. Collins over the middle, Johnson. And Chris Johnson turns on the afterburners and gets to the 11. As he picks up 6, Justin Durant chases him down.
Yeah, and we haven't seen it too much because he hasn't had a lot of room today. You see him as he loops out of the backfield right here when he hits this extra gear. When these guys, Durant just almost loses him in the 5 yards it takes him to get to the sideline. I mean, that is such an explosive burst Chris Johnson can pull out of his bag. Guys just aren't ready for it.
Chris Johnson will take a blow on the sideline on 3rd down and 11 at the 12. Ringer checks in. They need to get to the 1 for first down. Tight ends have been effective for Collins in the end zone. Incomplete. That one just sailed high, and now they're going to kick it.
Yeah. 4th and short is one thing. 4th and 12 is a different matter. You see Randy Moss at the top, Gage inside. Moss comes on the drag route underneath, and they're covered. Collins runs out of time and patience and just tries to get it to Cook, and it's just, you know, it's an impossible throw.
Rob Baronis has made a 37-yarder. This one from 30 yards away. And it is good. 12:05 to play, 4th quarter. 17-6, Jacksonville. And tonight on 60 Minutes, something big is brewing at Facebook. What is it? Find out directly from CEO Mark Zuckerberg on 60 Minutes. Plus, Ben Bernanke and his predictions for the economy tonight. Titans with a 13-play, 49-yard drive, eating up 6:09, but have to settle for the field goal. Rob Baronis from 30 yards away.
And you think maybe this might be a time for a surprise onside. That's Alan Lowry, special teams coordinator. Don't know if anything's in the works, but the Titans need the ball.
Baronis drives it. Kareem picks it up at the 10. A.J. Kareem, another great return. This time, 26 yards. 17-6 Jacksonville. David Garrar, very efficient today. (17-6) Jacksonville with the lead. 11 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. First down at the 35. Maurice Jones-Drew. And Maurice Jones-Drew on first down picks up 13 yards. And Mojo stopped by Will Weatherspoon, and he's gone over the 100-yard mark for the 5th straight game.
Well, and that's what the Tennessee defense gets. Their offense shows some sparks, put together a 10-play drive for the field goal, and what do they get for it but a fresh Jacksonville offense coming out, resuming their pounding on the ground. I mean, that's Maurice Jones-Drew is having a sensational month.
21 carries, 109 yards. First down. Here he is again. And he'll pick up another nice chunk of yardage. 6 on the play. Stephen Tulloch stops him, and now Jacksonville in 2 plays inside Tennessee territory.
Yeah, and Jacksonville has done a nice job rotating Maurice Jones-Drew and Rashad Jennings. Both guys have been effective. Both guys have had plays called with their number. Jennings has been a real force. He's caught a pass or 2. And, of course, Maurice Jones-Drew, when he's gotten the ball in his hands, he's blowing people up.
Jags have rushed collectively for 185 yards. Jones-Drew again. Wow. It's just too easy. That time he gained 10.
He's like running through waist-deep water. I mean, it's just slowing him down a little, but he's not stopping. I mean, he just turns around. He's so strong. His offensive line continues to push, and they just go. I mean, they've got to find a way to get a guy in the hole and tackle him. And sometimes when they do, he runs right through them.
23 carries, 125 yards. First down. At the 37. And this time, Maurice Jones-Drew tackled for only a 1-yard gain. Marcus Douglas, 10th-year man out of Howard with the stop. And it's all about the running game, Steve.
Yeah, and they have really made a statement today about their ability to move the football on the ground. Maurice Jones-Drew is a physical runner. They're getting runs from Rashad Jennings, from Zach Miller, David Garrard with the touchdown run. Jacksonville has only used the pass when they've decided to or wanted to, not when they were forced to.
Second down 9 at the 36. They pitch it to Jennings. And Jennings dives forward and gets to the 31-yard line, a 4-yard gain. As William Hayes stops him. But more importantly, the clock continues to run. 9 minutes now.
Yeah, and it's become obvious. You see here once again, Jacksonville pitches the ball on a sweep to the right of their offensive line, to the left of the Tennessee defense. They have run to that side of their formation a lot today, more so than any other point in the field. They are really running the football right.
Third down 5 at the 32. Inside handoff, Jennings. This time he won't get it. Stopped at the 30 for a 2-yard gain. So that'll bring up 4th down and 3. Stephen Tulloch, first man to him. And Josh Scobie comes back on the field. He had a 49-yard kick blocked for the last time he stepped out.
Yeah, this one will be about 48 exactly. Scobie has had such an amazing year this year. He's only missed 2 kicks, and I think those were in 1 game.
From 48 yards away. Oh, it hit the upright. No good. A big smile on the face of Jack Del Rio. Jeff Fisher's team still with hope.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by the KFC Festive Feast. Have a so good holiday. AT&T. We think possible. And by Acura. The most innovative thinking you'll find in an Acura.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Titans with the football now at their own 38-yard line, down 17-6. Kerry Collins underneath, ball caught at the 45. A 7-yard gain by Bo Scaife. And now the hurry-up offense being applied by the Titans. A 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 at the 45. Collins over the middle again, incomplete. Scaife dropped another one. Or maybe it was knocked out of his hands by Justin Durant.
Now this looked like it got into him pretty good. Durant did have good coverage. Collins made a nice throw. You see their escape getting away from him, and that's a ball you just got to catch. And you're right, Gus, that's his second drop. The first one was for a could have been touchdown perhaps, and that one was for a key first down.
Third team drop for the Titans. Third down and 3 at the 45. Collins looking, lost it. And Jacksonville says they have it.
The ball came loose.
And it's going to be fourth down.
And Ron Winter says it's going to go back to Tennessee, and I don't know.
Darryl Smith knocked it out of Kerry Collins' hands.
And Collins is going to come up, pump fake it once, and get it up to throw it again, and he tries to, and that's the tuck rule. That's a tuck rule. That is not a fumble. To me, that's the tuck rule, where if he throws and tries to pull it back in and it comes loose, it's going to count as an incomplete pass. Jack Del Rio wants to look at it again. And he's going to challenge that play, because there's no question in my mind, Jacksonville came up with that possession of that football after it came out.
Was his arm going forward is the question.
Well, it goes forward right here, and he pulls it back in and it comes loose. That, to me, is the tuck rule, and it's an incomplete pass.
Our first challenge of the day. 17-6 Jags. First challenge of the game. Jack Del Rio throwing out the red flag. As Kerry Collins lost the football. Let's take a look. What do you think, partner?
Well, I think there's no question he lost the football. I think he did not get possession of it back. But the question is, he throws it like right there, pulls it down. And that, to me, is the classic case of the tuck rule. And you see there, as Darryl Smith comes up with the ball, I don't think there's any question that if this were a true fumble, Darryl Smith comes up with possession of it. Kerry Collins got no chance underneath that pile. Darryl Smith, it bounces up into him, and he gets up from the pile with it. But Ron Winter, the referee, came in very quickly and said, no, it's fourth down. It doesn't matter who came up with it. That tells me he called it as an incomplete pass or the tuck rule. So they were about to go fourth down and 8, and Tennessee was going to punt it away. Jack Del Rio threw the challenge flag, thinking perhaps he could get a fumble out of it, and I don't think he's got a chance. And everything has gone Jacksonville's way today. Maybe it wouldn't surprise me if they got this challenge.
So Ron Winter over at the monitor taking his time. Now he has a decision.
After review, with the ball in his possession, the quarterback's arm was going forward. Before the ball came back to his body, the ball was dropped and hit the ground. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. Jacksonville is charged with a timeout. Please reset the game clock to 7:14.
And so on fourth down, instead of punting it away, the Titans are going to go for it.
On the 45-yard line.
And that's a change from just a moment ago before he went under the hood, before Jack Del Rio threw the red flag. The punt team was running onto the field for Tennessee. They were going to punt it away. Now Jeff Fisher has changed his mind with 7:14 to go, needing 2 scores to get this game. He's going to go for it on 4th and 8.
But Steve, the ball is at the wrong spot.
It certainly is. They've got 2 different yard markers.
It's supposed to be at the 45-yard line.
There's fourth down here, and the other fourth down was up here. Now they've moved it to the right spot, and the officials will move the ball up. And you can see all my chicken scratch, and that ball needs to be up here, and it'll be 4th and much shorter than it was. See, there's where it should be. On an incomplete pass, it should be just shy of the 45-yard line of the Titans, and now they've got it in the right spot.
So it'll be 4th down and 3 for Tennessee. Jeff Fisher going for it.
And now we have another stoppage. They're going to talk about the game clock.
.7:14 on the game clock. Big play for the Titans. 4th down and 3 at the 45. Gary Collins in the shotgun. Collins fires. And incomplete. Incomplete. Nate Washington, the intended receiver, he couldn't hold on.
That ball was thrown in the dirt. Rasheed Mathis tried to get it. It ball hit the ground. Nobody came up with possession of it, and that's going to be almost the last gasp for the Titans.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Genworth Financial. And by Sears. Be the Santa you want to be. Find your Santa at Sears.com/Santa.
Jaguars take over at the Tennessee 45-yard line, and they do what they've been doing oh so well in this game, running the ball. Maurice Jones-Drew gained 7. They've rushed as a team for 209 yards. Drew 26 carries, 135 yards rushing as you take a look at today's possessions for Jacksonville.
Yeah, this is, huge number of plays they've run, and then they got in the second half and they've really struggled to finish drives off. 1 punt, then the 2 a missed field goal, blocked field goal, so that's 6 points they left on the table, but not a single 3 and out all day.
2nd down and 3. Mojo again, skipping, leaning, and he gets to the 31. Cortland Finnegan trips him up, but it's a 7-yard pickup.
Talk about 3 and outs when a defense is playing well, and they don't do it against Jacksonville. Look at these teams over here. Pretty good football teams offensively, but look at the difference. Only 9 times all season has Jacksonville gone 3 and out. Everybody else is above 20. That's an amazing stat for Jacksonville and Jack Del Rio.
1st down at the 31. Mojo. And he goes down after a 4-yard gain. Tomorrow on CBS, Just One Look and you're hooked. The People's Choice nominee for favorite new TV drama, Hawaii Five-0. New episode tomorrow, only CBS.
Jacksonville running the ball for over 220 yards today so far. That's been the story. Maurice Jones-Drew continues to play better and better, and so do the rest of the Jaguars.
5 straight 100-yard games for Maurice Jones-Drew. Went over 1,000 yards in this one. And Jags get it to the 22. A 5-yard gain. Jacksonville continuing their ground and pound attack. Tennessee with 3 timeouts left. As Michael Griffin comes up with the stop.
There's so many guys grab him and just fall off. They just can't grab him, get a good enough grip to pull him to the ground. He's so strong in his legs. You can't get him driven to the ground unless he loses his balance, and he's so low to the ground, he just can't lose his balance. I mean, the guy is a real weapon.
That December cold weather football, a Florida team doing very well as they continue to feed Maurice Jones-Drew. The executive producer of the NFL on CBS is Sean McManus. The vice president of production, Harold Bryant. Today's game was produced by Vic the Brick Frank and directed by Mark Grant. The senior producer of CBS Sports and the NFL Today is Eric Mann. The director, Bob Mattina. Coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS is Lance Barrow. The coordinating producer of CBS Sports is Steve Karasik. The associate director of today's game, Kamani Morales. The broadcast associate, Ryan Doherty. And the technical manager, Dean Walker. The technical director, Phil Doucette. And the audio supervisor, Pete Adams.
Good crew.
Our stat man, Russ DeLynn. And Matt Jenkins, our spotter, Grinzo Duthard.
Tennessee took the timeout, trying to conserve some time. 4:10 left. Jacksonville in their 4-minute offense. They'll stay inbounds, run the football, don't do anything to stop the clock. Force Tennessee to use their timeouts.
4th down and 1. The pitch, Jennings. And he will not get it. Great penetration by the Titans defense, led by William Hayes.
Well, when you toss the ball, the defense knows it's not a play-action pass, and they really jump in on the line of scrimmage. Jacksonville's had such success running to their right side today. Tennessee probably had a little bit of a tip-off and really sold out to try and get it. Their defense knew that that was going to be their last best chance to get their offense the football back, and they got it.
The Titans with the football at their own 24. Gary Collins underneath, and it's caught. Jared Cook gains 6. Tennessee with 2 timeouts remaining and a 2-minute warning. A lot of time remaining in this game. Down 17-6. Collins again, same side, and a catch. Made this time by Nate Washington, a 6-yard pickup as well, first down.
They're going to have to get bigger chunks of yardage or get the ball out of bounds. They're going to run out of time to get this football back. They've got to get bigger chunks.
Collins over the middle this time. Caught. Good. Nice run after the catch as he gets inside Jacksonville territory for an 18-yard gain. Sean Considine with the tackle. As the Titans quickly get to the line of scrimmage. 3:10 and counting. Gary Collins sacked. Great pressure being applied. Jeremy Mincy gets to him. First sack of the day for the Jags.
Right here, it comes up and under on Mike Roos. Catches him a little bit off guard. Squeezes right in for the sack.
Coming up on the Subway postgame show, join JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cower for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Subway postgame show.
Jeff Fisher looking at his offense. It hasn't scored a touchdown and going on 3 games. And here with 3:02 to play, desperately trying to get something on the scoreboard so they can get the ball back and give themselves a chance to win this with some desperation throw. But that's what they're looking at. They're on the ropes right now, and that's the reason you see it's a logjam at the top of their division. These two teams know they're right in the thick of it. Indianapolis struggling with all their injuries, and Jacksonville sitting atop the division because of their tiebreaker with Indianapolis.
Indy taking on Dallas today. Last week, San Diego going to Indy and really handing them, Steve, their hats. Phillip Rivers is, as usual, Chargers late season comeback.
They know how to put their foot on the gas in San Diego. Phillip Rivers is having an outstanding, well, an MVP type of year.
Kansas City and San Diego face each other next week in San Diego. Right now, Chiefs on top of the Broncos at home. Talk about a team that plays well in December. How about San Diego? 18 straight wins, Steve, in December.
Yeah, and you look at a team like Jacksonville who's trying to get off the schneid today. They've lost 8 straight in December. Two fair weather teams. And you get this point in the season, the weather does become a factor. You get teams like Kansas City, like the New York Giants, like Green Bay. They always try to build their club, like New England, weatherproof. You're going to have to run the football. You're going to have an offense that you can run in inclement weather when it's icy.
And there was a small delay on the field. Jeff Fisher pleading his case to the officials. Now the offense steps back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 16 at the 48. to Kerry Collins with 3:02 to go. Collins firing to the sideline, incomplete. Gage, the intended receiver. Nice coverage by William Middleton.
Yeah, Gage is going to come out. Collins has enough time, hangs on to it, and this is the one throw where it looked like the wind pushed it out from where he wanted to get it. You saw there as it flew through the air, kind of moved sideways. But Collins tried to get that out there. They got to keep throwing the football down the field. This is 4-down territory, no doubt.
3rd down, 16. Collins, ball tipped and picked off. William Middleton, Oski, and that should do it for the Jags with 2:47 to play.
Yeah, he's trying to get Jared Cook. Cook comes open right there, and Collins tries to get it in, but he underthrows this ball, gets tipped up. Middleton is right there. Get tipped by Smith. Right there. Anytime that ball gets tipped up in the secondary, it's big problems for the offense. There you see Smith, really a nice job extending to get that ball.
2nd interception for Kerry Collins today. And the Jags have it at the 34. Maurice Jones-Drew. And he'll get to the 35, a 1-yard gain. Tennessee uses their final timeout with 2:42 to go. So as it is today, let's take a look at the AFC playoff picture, the division leaders and the wild card.
This is our first look at the playoffs all year. This is it. It's that time of season, December. Jacksonville is in if it starts. And then look at all the guys in the hunt. San Diego, Miami, Oakland, Indianapolis, and of course even Tennessee and Houston are in it because of the race in the AFC South. All those teams. And then the wild card, it's going to be tough to catch those wild card clubs. The AFC South, there's going to be one team out of it.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh playing each other tonight. That should be a war. Jack Del Rio very happy on the Jacksonville sideline. Maurice Jones-Drew down the sideline. Nice stiff arm. Woo! Maurice Jones-Drew cuts it back. Still running. The electrifying Mojo gets to the 25, and that is a gain of 37 yards. 31 carries, 188 yards for Maurice Jones-Drew.
And the frustration starting to bubble over for the Titans. Jacksonville wants to get a little bit of the 30-3 thumping they took in week 6 back. And Maurice Jones-Drew, you saw it, the stiff arm right there on Griffin. Cuts it back inside.
Takes us to the 2-minute warning. Littlest man on the field, but the most ferocious. 17-6 Jacksonville. Maurice Jones-Drew with a career high 186 yards on 31 carries. And remember last year on November 1st, right here in Tennessee, he rushed for 177 yards on 8 carries and 2 touchdowns with longs of 80 and 79. Maurice Jones-Drew loves playing in Nashville.
He's going to buy a summer home in Nashville.
So a lot of questions surrounding this Tennessee Titans team. Vince Young has not been around the facility. There's been some speculation on Jeff Fisher's future. And you had a chance to talk to him, and what was his response to you?
Well, I asked him about his contract situation. It's been reported that he has an out in his contract. He said that's not true. He has a contract through 2011. I asked him if he had spoken or been spoken to about an extension or re-signing or extending that deal. He said, no, I have not. He goes, I'm just thinking about Jacksonville. But to me, despite the last 5 weeks, he is a very good football coach.
In the meantime, coming up on the Subway postgame show, join JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cowher for all the latest scores and highlights. It's coming up on the Subway postgame show. And then there's the question for Tennessee about Vince Young. According to the Tennessee facility, Vince Young has not been around.
No, and after the big blow up in Washington when he threw his pads up into the stands and stormed off, he's been put on IR. He had thumb surgery this last week. He's out for the rest of the season. Has not been in the facility. I asked Jeff Fisher whether he'd apologize or spoken to him in person, and it was reported that Vince Young apologized through text. They have not spoken. He has not been in the facility. He has not laid eyes on him.
On the other hand, Jack Del Rio keeps it going for the Jacksonville Jaguars as the Jags come into Nashville and pound the ball right at Tennessee. Maurice Jones-Drew with the career high 186 yards rushing, and 17-6 is the final score. Jacksonville 7 wins on the season now,
and they're playing like a team that is on a mission to win their division, and right now they're leading it with only a month to go.
7-5 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Coming up next, the Subway postgame show. For Steve Tasker, this is Gus Johnson saying so long from the Music City. You've been watching the National Football League on CBS. We'll join James Brown in New York after this.